The McDonagh brothers, James, Michael and Martin, are peculiar filmmakers. Although they don't work together, their respective films have a lot in common from a narrative point of view. This video will look at their red thread, a narrative thread that connects all their works and runs through the themes they explore. The first thing that is present in all their movies is the journey to be better. In all their movies, both James and Martin have a main character that, throughout the story, has a journey, voluntarily or not, to become a better person. The obstacles they encounter along the way and their decisions push them towards bettering themselves. In James's case, the best example is War on Everyone, where the two protagonists, two corrupted cops with very little morality, are pushed for the entirety of the movie to make the right decision. Especially the character of Henry Monroe. At the start a loner who drinks far too much, and by the end a family man who is taking care of his girlfriend and adopted kid. In Martin's case, the best example would be Seven Psychopaths, where the character of Martin Faranan, a writer that steals ideas and takes little responsibility for his action, through the events of the film will become a strong writer and a man ready to face his choices. The second thing that all their movies have in common is death by human violence as a narrative engine. James uses homicide in all his movies as an engine to move the plot along, starting the story with a murder or a threat of one to compel the audience to see how the story evolves and explore human relations and reactions to it. The best example is Calvary, the story of Father James, who's threatened to be killed in the first scene by the person confessing to him. The movie is about his last living week, exploring him as a person, his relationships, his choices, regrets and views on the world. On the other hand, Martin uses suicide with the same idea, moving the plot along and exploring people. As a narrative solution, it hits the audience a little stronger because the gesture impacts more who's watching. The best example is Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. The town chief of police, Billy Willenby, after a losing battle with cancer, commits suicide, knowing full well it will have repercussions on the entire town. We have looked at the red threads that connect all the McDonagh brothers' work. On a personal note, the McDonagh brothers are fascinating film authors who tell moving stories with always a touch, or a lot, of black humor, and have a clear vision of life, clearly influenced by the Irish culture and upbringing, irony, sense of justice, and a sort of spirituality. In the video description you'll find a link to a couple of movies, so you can check them out yourself. Onward to the next author.